Is currency devaluation an accident or a systemic process creating ongoing pressures for savers like yours? You are a saver building wealth steadily, allocating to cash and fixed income, believing patience and diversification will preserve purchasing power. But what if currency devaluation contributes to mechanisms that erode real returns and favor debtors? Today, we're analyzing currency devaluation, the macroeconomic mechanisms of money supply and policy that influence savers through purchasing power and inflation effects. The data reveals the truth unmistakably. Major currencies losing 80 to 95% purchasing power over decades, with rapid episodes in emerging markets and gradual effects in developed economies. Stay with me to the end. This isn't isolated events. It's the clear analysis and path to financial independence that could help navigate these pressures. The explanation provided and experienced by savers like you is that currencies adjust with economic conditions, with devaluation as occasional tool for competitiveness or crisis response. That effects are managed and temporary, with purchasing power preserved over time. But look closer. Why do money supply growth and policy decisions consistently coincide with gradual erosion requiring more units for the same goods? Why do devaluation episodes accelerate cost increases? Why does monetary stability raise questions when real returns lag? New Insight 1. The system doesn't need sudden shocks to reduce purchasing power. It only needs sustained money supply growth to shift value over time. This isn't isolated events or unavoidable adjustments. It's a systemic process rooted in currency mechanisms that influence savers through policy transmission. Currency devaluation isn't just exchange rates. It's the mechanism that affects saver outcomes. History shows pattern. Post-1971. Fiat-era average inflation 4%, gradual erosion, emerging markets episodes faster. The result: real returns adjust, wealth transfers. For savers believing hold cash safe, the reality is clear. The mechanisms have been in place, influencing outcomes over time. Intriguing? Yes. But who are the key players in this devaluation process? Who are the key players in this devaluation process? So you know you're not missing the bigger picture. It's not abstract market forces alone. It's central banks and governments who shape outcomes through money creation and policy choices. Picture them as established participants in the financial system, expanding supply while you, building savings steadily, navigate the resulting pressures. The process works through transmission channels. Money creation increases units. Policy decisions influence rates. Institutions get liquidity, debtors benefit. Savers feel effects later, higher costs, wage pressures. Deep dive. Post-crisis expansion supports borrowers. Savers face erosion. Real-world impact. Savers adjust allocations, extend timelines, reduce spending while policy supports growth. It's continuing. Current signals balance sheet levels high, liquidity ongoing show process ongoing. Saifedean Ammous notes, money expansion favors debtors. Lynn Alden notes, debasement influences savers without asset buffers. Insight 2. Value doesn't vanish overnight. It transfers gradually as new units dilute existing holdings. History's pattern is clear. Fiat eras affect distribution over time. These players shape outcomes as saver returns face sustained pressure. But understanding the process is the first step gaining clarity. Now explore the mechanisms at the core currency devaluation process so you see exactly how it affects savers building wealth. It starts with supply expansion. Crises require creation units grow, value adjusts. Cycle continues. Policy facilitates, rates influence. Visibility activates, costs rise, real returns lag, institutions get gains, compounding early. Savers pay with erosion, timing later. Everyday impact, Savings buy less, planning extends, spending reduces. History shows pattern. Post-1971 gradual decline, emerging episodes faster. Current signals indicate continuation. Supply levels elevated, policy ongoing. Insight 3. The system doesn't require hyperinflation to burden savers. It only needs moderate expansion sustained over decades. Lynn Alden notes, money supply influences purchasing power. Milton Friedman, inflation is taxation without legislation. Insight 4. Preservation isn't holding cash. It's allocating to assets resisting dilution. The process isn't isolated, it's systemic, influencing saver opportunities over time. Think of it as supply flow, your steady saving navigating broader currents. But here's the pivotal shift. You don't have to remain affected by this currency devaluation process. Stop navigating as part of traditional current. Adopt the independent mindset. Understand the mechanisms, then position strategically. Conventional approach, hold cash, fixed income, leaves you in the flow, your purchasing power influenced before fully realized. Redirect instead, question every stable currency narrative. The clarity comes realizing value shifts from devaluation mechanisms, gain independence, auditing exposure to expansion effects. Insight 5. Protection isn't predicting policy. It's owning assets outside monetary expansion reach. How much wealth in dilutable holdings? Shift to independence. Preservation outside processes reach. History shows affected stay in current. Independent thrive preserving value across cycles. Practical step. Minimize expansion-sensitive assets. Prioritize hard assets resisting dilution. Insight 6. True saver independence isn't avoiding risk. It's positioning where mechanisms impact less. You're no longer in the flow. You're the one charting course in expanding waters. This isn't avoidance. It's pure clarity. You're positioned to turn mechanisms to advantage, emerging stronger from pressures. This is your initiation into true clarity, the deliberate path to financial independence from currency devaluation mechanisms affecting savers. None of this is financial, investment, or trading advice. It's purely educational macroeconomic analysis for awareness. Always do your own research and form your own conclusions. Bitcoin is digital gold, limited to 21 million coins forever, halving every 4 years. No one can print more. Impossible to confiscate like 1933 gold. History has proven it outperforms every traditional asset class during fiat stress cycles, with multifold appreciation post-halving, such as over 10 times gains after the 2020 event amid unprecedented printing. The 2024 halving cut new supply issuance in half again, with 94% already mined, making it increasingly scarce over time, the only asset truly immune to inflation by design. In eras of monetary expansion like today, this fixed supply property has positioned it as the ultimate tool for wealth protection, preserving value when everything else erodes. Start your initiation. Read The Bitcoin Standard by Saifedean Ammous for the fiat parallels that will blow your mind, or The Sovereign Individual by James Dale Davidson, mapping the shift to individual sovereignty. Follow thinkers like Ben Cowan for cycle data, Lynn Alden for macro signals. Actionable. Self-custody wallet, consistent dollar-cost averaging into Bitcoin as your scarcity anchor. This is the key to viewing money as your servant, not master. If this analysis has brought clarity, the drive to secure true independence, commit now to the next layer. Subscribe as your mark of joining this community of financial clarity seekers decoding the system together. The next insight is waiting.